Transforming Nokia. The Power of Paranoid Optimism to Lead Through Colossal Change. By Risto Siilasmaa. When entrepreneur Risto Siilasmaa became Nokia's chairman in 2012, the company was a candidate for bankruptcy. In 4 years, he reinvented it as a profitable corporate dynamo. A seasoned planner, he details this transformation. Besides an engaging corporate history, Siilasmaa includes actionable advice, entrepreneurial leadership insights and his paranoid optimism framework for business planning. He advises planning based on comprehensive data, careful analysis and alternative future scenarios. While noting that the author is reporting on his own accomplishments and those of his management team, he offers innovative leadership counsel, bold survival tactics and compelling management ideas. Takeaways. When Risto Siilasmaa became Nokia's chairman, the firm was close to bankruptcy. 4 years later, Nokia was highly profitable. Siilasmaa transformed Nokia from a mobile phone firm to a digital communications infrastructure firm. Siilasmaa used scenario mapping to help turn Nokia around. Paranoid optimists consider the worst possible outcomes in order to achieve the best possible results. Entrepreneurial leaders must quickly adapt to the dynamics of the business world. They can't hide from facts and must hold themselves accountable. They must be persistent leaders and avid learners. If your numbers are bad, focus on why they're bad. Business is never only about business. Business is about people. Executives can influence their corporate culture positively by being exemplary role models. Do the right things the right way, and you'll always improve your luck. Summary. Nokia. Nokia, a venerable Finnish firm and a global powerhouse, Finland's flagship company, lost most of its market value, laid off thousands of workers, burned through nearly all of its operating capital and teetered on the edge of bankruptcy. But the company came back stronger than ever through bold new leadership, reinvention and transformation. Today, Nokia is one of the 2 most dominant global digital communications infrastructure firms in the world. Under the leadership of Jorma Ollila, the company's legendary CEO, Nokia had stronger global brand recognition than Toyota, Walt Disney or McDonald's. Author Risto Siilasmaa has served as Nokia's board chairman since 2012 and was also interim CEO from 2013 to 2014. Siilasmaa recounts how, as Nokia's chairman, he became the company's lead strategist and negotiator in the effort to turn it around and make it into something new. Mobile phones. Nokia invented the smartphone and by 2008 was the dominant operator in the mobile phone industry. Customers loved Nokia's sleek, cutting-edge, feature-packed and nearly indestructible phones. Nokia sold so many mobile and smartphones that by 2000 it accounted for 4% of Finland's GDP and nearly 20% of the nation's exports. Along with the Sana, Nokia's phones had become Finland's signature export. Today, we are an almost entirely new Nokia. Out of some 100,000 employees, fewer than 1% held a Nokia badge in 2012. Things got worse after 2005. Competition encroached on Nokia around the world. In 2007, Apple introduced the iPhone, a touchscreen smartphone, a revolutionary new device Nokia couldn't match. However, in 2008, more than 50% of smartphones in use across the globe still came from Nokia. Then, BlackBerry began to capture significant market share. And Google brought out its Android operating system for touchscreen phones. Between them, Apple and Android took Nokia's share of the cell phone market. Jorma Ollila. Nokia was largely unprepared for tough, new competition. When things started to go bad, Jorma Ollila was Nokia's revered and feared chairman of the board. A near-mythic leader, Ollila was popular in Finland. But, despite his legendary reputation, he was inflexible, secretive and close-minded. Ollila had become largely oblivious to what was going on at Nokia, and he was rarely interested in hearing negative information. He wanted the people around him to validate his point of view. What counted for Ollila was what he believed about how the company was doing, its commercial issues and related topics, not what others might think, regardless of their experience or expertise. You can't fix disappointing numbers by focusing only on the numbers, you can only fix them by figuring out the reasons for the slump. After Risto Siilasmaa joined Nokia's board, Ollila would regularly snap at him when the younger man volunteered any new ideas. Ollila would say, "Risto, you just don't understand how a global company the size of Nokia works." Ollila short-sightedly focused on the what, never on the why. This did not augur well for Nokia's continued success. To all those people who assumed that Nokia would follow Motorola, BlackBerry, and other former shining tech stars into oblivion, you were wrong. Ollila sought to keep other Nokia board members in the dark and blissfully ignorant about how the company was doing. He tried to keep board members focused on relatively unimportant issues, not on Nokia's long-term competitiveness. Under no circumstances did Ollila want his board members to investigate either Nokia missed launch dates or its deteriorating product excellence. At Nokia, events that should never have happened at all became the norm. The company was in big trouble. Nokia's corporate culture had become as inflexible and suspicious of new ideas, approaches and methodologies as Ollila. For the longest time, Nokia had been locked into the highly vaunted, and sacrosanct, Nokia way. Executives and employees did their best to hide bad news and avoid accountability. No one stepped up to make changes or accept responsibility. Meanwhile, competitors like Apple and Google were thriving by being transparent, adaptable, and flexible. The bottom 25th percentile. In 2009, Nokia hired McKinsey & Company to evaluate the firm's organizational efficiency. McKinsey ranked Nokia in the bottom 25th percentile of firms on its Organizational Health Index (OHI). According to McKinsey's historical data, the chances were better than 50% that firms with such low rankings would be out of business within 2 years. By 2012, Nokia had lost more than 90% of its market value. The company was getting rid of workers by the thousands. Many observers believed Nokia would soon go bankrupt. F-Secure, then Nokia. As a young man, Siilasmaa, who always had a natural affinity for technology, partnered up to start F-Secure, which became a successful cybersecurity company. After a few months, his partner went to work at an established company. Siilasmaa ran F-Secure by himself in the early 1990s. In 2000, Nokia contracted with F-Secure to develop an antivirus app. Impressed with the F-Secure entrepreneur, Nokia asked Siilasmaa to join its board. In 2008, Siilasmaa became Nokia's most junior board member at age 42. Behind Siilasmaa's back, Ollila had campaigned against the young man taking over as chairman. Regardless, on May 3, 2012, Siilasmaa replaced Ollila as chairman of the board at the annual general meeting. Bold leadership and bolder ideas. From 2012 to 2016, under Siilasmaa's leadership, Nokia's value climbed more than 2,000%, outpacing numerous brilliant start-ups in the process. Stephen Elop, Nokia's first non-Finnish CEO, contributed new perspectives and a welcome outsiders approach from 2010 to 2103. Over the course of a year, we each have 365 daily opportunities to boost the possibility of a positive scenario. Siilasmaa understood that the only way to turn Nokia around was to promote bold ideas that were bigger than its problems. He wanted to create a new vision for Nokia, but that required developing a novel strategy. Implementing the new strategy called for complete reorganization of Nokia's structure. In 2013, with Siilasmaa as chief strategist and chief negotiator, Nokia sold its devices and services unit, previously the heart of the firm's business, to Microsoft. This was a difficult decision for Nokia, but it was necessary for the firm's survival and transformation. The higher you ascend, the more removed you are from the front lines, and the more filters the information will go through before it reaches you. Other major commercial ventures conceptualized, planned and successfully implemented under Siilasmaa's leadership included the complete purchase of Nokia Siemens Networks (NSN) and acquiring Alcatel-Lucent. Like the sale to Microsoft, these were blockbuster deals. In 2013, Siemens, a multinational conglomerate, decided to sell its share of NSN, originally created by an earlier merger of Nokia Networks and Siemens's networks business. In this joint venture, Nokia worked with Siemens on telecommunication equipment, mobile broadband and related services. Ever the big-picture strategist, Siilasmaa believed that NSN, known for mobile broadband and related services, could become the core of a new Nokia. When you have an entrepreneurial mindset, everything is your responsibility. You truly care, and your actions communicate that loud and clear. Combining NSN with Alcatel-Lucent (ALU), which, as the fourth-largest company in wireless infrastructure, offered sophisticated network technology, gave the new Nokia a complete and complex network far surpassing the original NSN. Siilasmaa conceived the new NSN as a central hub of connection. As he urges all corporate leaders to do, Siilasmaa found the courage to think and act big. His actions took Nokia from the brink of bankruptcy to a corporation that had the technology to connect the world. The way to create a culture is by being a role model. Oftentimes, you don't need to lead. You just do, and people will do what you do. 10 Principles of Entrepreneurial Leadership. During his nearly 2 decades at F-Secure, Siilasmaa developed the concept of entrepreneurial leadership. F-Secure was a high-profile startup, but Siilasmaa's principles are useful for all leaders, whether of startups or international megacorporations. They are: 1. Hold yourself accountable. Take ownership of your situation in your company. Your position in your firm must mean more than your paycheck. If something in your area of responsibility is broken, no matter what it may be, quickly take steps to fix it. 2. Face facts. You can't understand the problems you are up against, so you can't be effective, unless you have a firm grasp of the facts. That is why, no news is bad news. Bad news is good news. And good news is no news. 3. Be persistent. Regardless of the difficulties, never give up. A solution exists for every problem. It's your job to figure out that solution and determine the best way to implement it. 4. Manage risks. If you adopt an entrepreneurial mindset, you must be comfortable with risk. Don't blindly accept risk, deal with it intelligently and always with your eyes open wide. 5. Be a learning addict. You can learn from everything that happens to you, every up and every down, every success and every failure. Keep your mind open to new knowledge. You're never too old to learn. 6. Maintain an unwavering focus. Whatever your company or industry, keep your focus on your products and services. They matter most. 7. Look to the horizon. Every entrepreneur, and every executive regardless of his or her company and its stature or size, must be able to put out fires. No matter what is going on with your day-to-day work, keep looking to the horizon so you remain prepared for any long-term problems and can take advantage of any opportunities. 8. Build a team of people you like and respect. Entrepreneurs know their success or failure depends on their teams. Surround yourself with quality people. 9. Ask why. Everybody always asks, what? Few people ask, why. What is an easy question to answer. Why is difficult, but it's the most important question. For example, asking what features to offer customers matters less than asking why you should offer them. 10. Never stop dreaming. Drawing from a George Bernard Shaw quote, Robert F. Kennedy once said, "Some men see things as they are, and ask why. I dream of things that never were, and ask why not." Develop this practical dreamer's entrepreneurial mindset. The power of paranoid optimism. Commercial success today depends on paranoid optimism. This means that as a leader you must always prepare mentally for the most negative outcomes. This allows you to be enthusiastic about the most positive outcomes. Paranoid optimists are vigilant. They are rightfully fearful about factors they should realistically fear. These leaders' optimism derives directly from their paranoia. To alleviate paranoia, they go out of their way to envision all the worst-case outcomes and plan how to deal with them. Thus, paranoia becomes a positive trait, as is optimism. Leaders who are not optimists can't motivate employees. Realistic leaders' optimism derives from their real-world circumstances. These optimistic leaders feel confident they can handle any problem or situation. For paranoid optimism to be effective, give everyone as much time as possible to think through all the different scenarios, face their fears and articulate their hopes. This has always been Siilasmaa's position. When Nokia's vice chairman Marjorie Scardino asked Siilasmaa how he would feel about becoming chairman of the board, he responded by saying he'd never found any task he couldn't take on. Scardino found Siilasmaa's bold response amusing. Siilasmaa clarified by saying that his programming background had taught him that with persistence, he could solve even intractable problems. Siilasmaa understood how to identify each component of a problem and solve those one by one. The only way for any organization, large or small, to adapt successfully to today's complex and dynamic world is by adopting an entrepreneurial mindset. Sisu is the ultimate Finnish attribute. It exemplifies endurance, resilience, tenacity, determination and perseverance. Sisu means that no matter what, you never quit or give up. Sisu expresses Siilasmaa's attitude about life and business. Leadership lessons. Siilasmaa places the highest premium on trust. He says that nothing in the world is more important. Then, he advises, work overtime to build as much luck for yourself as you can. Yes, you can make your own luck. When Jack Nicklaus scored his 18th hole-in-one, a fan complimented him on his good luck. After thanking the fan, Nicklaus said, "The more I practice, the luckier I get." Make your own good luck by engaging in the right actions in the right way. That leverages the probability curve so it will work best for you and your firm in the years to come. Conduct scenario-based mapping to consider a variety of possible outcomes. Then plan accordingly. And, Siilasmaa advises, look for the positive aspect of every difficulty.
This audiobook recording is exclusive for this YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll get updated on our next upload. If you liked the content of this audiobook, press the thumbs up button and say it in the comments below. Do you want to listen to a summary of a book we haven't covered in the past? Say it in the comments or send us an email. Check our other uploads, and as always, enjoy learning.